Hi, Stampin' friends. This is Dee Osburn. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I am here today to show you how to make this beautiful winter Christmassy card. I got this idea from Sam Hammond, so thank you, Sam Hammond, for this idea. I wanted to give her credit. So there you have it. I changed it up just a tiny little bit, but mostly the idea is all her. So it was too great not to share, so I wanted to share it with you today. If you are watching this video and you like what you see, please click the like button and make a comment below. And if you want to see more content like this, please feel free to subscribe. I would absolutely love that. All right, let's get into it. We are going to make this lovely Christmassy card. All right, the supplies that we will need today is Misty Moonlight cardstock, cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. Misty Moonlight cardstock. I will put a link below to all the products that I am using. We will need 2 pieces of basic white cardstock, cut at 5.25 by 4. We will need 1 piece of basic white, cut at 5 by 3 3/4. We'll need a small piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock, cut at 1 1/4 by 2 3/4, and a piece of basic white cardstock, cut at 1 by 2.5. We'll be using the Welcoming Woods stamp set, and we'll be using this stamp, the sentiment "Every season brings its own wonder," and the snowflakes. We'll be stamping this image in black Memento ink, as well as the sentiment. And we'll be using Versamark for the snowflakes. And I have mixed Stampin' Up white embossing powder and Recollections sparkle embossing powder, and I've mixed the two to give a white sparkly look to the snowflakes. So they're white, but I don't know if you can see the spark. Yeah, see the sparkle? It's got sparkle as well. All right. Okay, let's get to it. So with one of my pieces of white that's 5.25 by 4, I will glue to the inside. Get my glue going. I'm going to glue this to the inside. Then I'm going to take the smaller piece of our white cardstock, the one that's 5 by 3 3/4, and I'm going to stamp our image on here. I'm going to take the Memento ink and I'm going to ink it up. Ink it up real good. Sometimes helps if you slide the ink across it like that. You see spots that you didn't get, and then just pat, pat, pat. And we'll have to stamp this twice to get it to go all the way across. So I'm just going to line it up so that it's on the edge and the top and the bottom, and then I'll press it down. Is that nice? And then I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to stamp it twice. finish off this side. All right. We are going to be using a blender brush. I'm going to be using a blender brush, and we're going to use 3 different colors to blend our sky. We're going to use a little bit of Misty Moonlight, a little bit of Pacific Point, and a little bit of Night of Navy. And I like to start out with the darker of the 3. And when you blend color onto your card, you should always start off the page. And I'm just going to blend it across like that. And I didn't get all of the spots, but that's okay because I'm going to do another color now. So there's my Night of Navy. I'm going to do a little bit of Pacific Point. And I'm going to start off the page, and I'm going to come on and I'm just going to blend it around. So you can see some of the dark through there still. And then I'm going to finish it up with some Misty Moonlight. And again, I'm going to start off my page, and I'm going to just blend it all. This time I'm going to blend it over all the colors and maybe come down just a little bit. We're not going to go all the way down because that's your snowy background, your snowy ground. All right. That's really pretty, don't you think? Gives it this nice snowy evening kind of look. So now we're going to take our snowflake stamp and our Versamark. Sometimes I have to use this, we call this thing a safety pin. I have to use the safety pin to unstick my glue because it gets all glued up. But if you just stick that little safety pin in there, it comes right open and you're off to the races again. All right, so we've got our Versamark, and my Versamark pad is a little discolored, but it does not matter. It doesn't affect what I'm stamping. So I'm just going to stamp along some snowflakes in Versamark. And I like to turn the snowflakes to different angles. And if you take your paper and you turn it towards the light, you can typically see where you stamped. So let's look. I can see it. I don't think that you probably can, but I can see it. And even if when you're done, you want to add a few more snowflakes, we can do that. So now I'm going to take my mixture of the white Stampin' Up! Embossing powder and the sparkle embossing powder. I love this product. And I have this mixture, and I'm going to spoon up a little bit of it. And I'm going to put it on where I stamped so that we can heat emboss it and make our pretty snowflakes. All right. So you can kind of see where my snowflakes are going to be. So I'm going to go heat emboss this, and we'll be right back. All right, so here it is. Very nice. We're going to take this. When you heat emboss, it warps your paper a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to glue it down flat, so it's not going to make a difference. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to adhere it to our other piece of white 5 1/4 by 4, 5 1/4 by 4. All right, so we're going to take our glue and we're going to put it on the back, and we're going to adhere it to the larger 5 1/4 by 4 piece of basic white. Go ahead and get that down nice and flat. Turn it over and rub it. Get it nice and flat. And then we can adhere that to our Misty Moonlight piece. How nice this is coming together. I love it. So then we're going to put this on here, put some glue. Put our piece down, get it right where we want it. Okay. Make it nice and flat. Coming together so nicely, isn't it? All right, so then we're going to take our small piece of white that's cut to 1 by 2 1/2, and we're going to stamp our sentiment. It says, "Every season brings its own wonder." Isn't that a great sentiment for this? Because it's like a winter wonderland. So let's ink that up, and we'll stamp it onto this little piece right here. Every season brings its own wonder. There we go. And then I'm going to take my blender brush again, and I should have plenty of ink still on it. And I'm going to start on the outside and just brush across the top of it to get just a little bit of blue on there. See? Then I'm going to glue that down to my little piece of Misty Moonlight. This one is cut at 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. Put that on there. And then I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to pop this up because I like things when they're popped up and they have just a little more dimension. And I'm going to put 3 across here so that the middle doesn't sag. Oops. All right, we're going to put that on there right here, just under the snowflakes. You could put it up a little higher. Oh, I think I put that on there just a little bit crooked. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. Maybe that when it's laying flat and I can't pick it up and look at it. There we go. Now it's on there straight. And you could put that a little higher if you want it in the snowflakes. You figure that out and put it wherever you like it. So there we have it. There's the 2 that I made, the 2 different ones. This one's got a little more Pacific point in it, I believe, than this one. This one's a little more subtle. So play around with it, have fun with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you did, hit the like button, leave me a comment. If you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button and come back to see me. Have a great day. Until next time.